the place where everybody knows your name. Laughter fills the air like a sweet refrain. Sit and share a story, but I drink or two. In this cozy bar, where dreams come true, where smiles and friends remain, and good times ease the pain. Here we go again.
Hello, hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you let me know? Why, that'd be just swell. Still hot. Sponsor me thermos, you bastards. Oh, it's warm in here now. Wasn't warm earlier. All of a sudden it's warm. Mandy, the hat, the famous hat. Thank you. Esther, how you doing? Sam. Sup. How are we all? Are we all fantastic? Are we all full of the joys of spring? Spring is that far away. That far. I had a look on the map. That's how far away it is. That far. You can hear me as well. Wonderful stuff. Although my voice is a little bit weird the last few days. I don't know if I've got a little bit of a cold or something. It might just be the exhaustion that I've had, where it's a little bit high pitched and I can't speak properly. Weird. So of course that's the perfect time to do a live stream, isn't it? Obviously. We'll get through it though. Still chilly. It's been lovely here. I went out for my walk earlier on and it was 8 degrees Celsius. It had rained earlier on, but it was dry. And the wind wasn't too bad. It was great. There was snowdrops. Saw snowdrops. Kirsty, how are you doing? You alright? Yeah, I genuinely think we're not too far away. Spring feels like it's close. Closer than it has been since last spring, obviously. Steve-o, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I've had a couple of poor night's sleep, but I've managed to catch up. Like I've woke up early in the morning and I've managed to fall asleep for another hour or two. I think that's just about made it. Just about okay, I think. So we're getting there. Kirsty, did you find your phone? Never mind the charger, where's the phone? Yep, hello to Steve-o, to Helen, the Norfolk correspondent, doing remarkable work in the field. And to Ruby Roo, the greatest tennis ball chaser the world has ever seen. Shane, how you doing, bud? Loving the stream earlier. You've not found it. Not found it. What's going on here? Terrible. Shane, no worries with the coffee thing. It's a bit like PayPal. There's a gap in between you and the donor, which is quite handy. So it's things like that and Stripe as well are quite handy. All stuff you need to take into consideration when you've got a channel. But I've been there, so I know what I'm doing. Still can't find it. Has anyone tried ringing it? Or is it on silent? That's what I do with mine. Mine is permanently on silent, so if it does go missing, I am frigged. Apart from the fact that you can find your phone, can't you? And then it actually plays a warning sound really loudly. Which is fucking amazing, mate. This is warm. This is stupidly warm. Why is it warm? Is Ali in Dublin? Oh, I don't know. I've not spoken to Ali. Yeah, Kirsty, you would. If your head wasn't screwed on, it would be lost somewhere else. Terrible. Oh, by the way, as you can see, there's a slight difference in the background. Where once there was a small chest of drawers with some shite thrown on the top of it, now there's a shelving stack with some shite thrown on it. And it's going to take me a while to sort it out, to get it the way I want to. There's all kinds of camera stuff. The top shelf is just full of camera stuff. To the point where I feel quite embarrassed, to be honest with you. How many cameras are up there? And that's not even with my best one. There's some plants, not real ones, in the corner, but you can't see them yet. So I have to change the position of the camera slightly. They're over there. Fussball, ninja potato. You've got the lighthouse in the background. That's the cupboardy thing, the electric cupboardy thing that we need to be able to get into. Kippers is on the bottom shelf. It's not even the bottom shelf. There's a shelf below that, and then there's a gap underneath the shelf. It's amazing. So I don't know what to do with the lighting so far. Don't know. I've been messing around with a bit of it, but it's going to take a while. The United States of wardrobe would have to be amended slightly because all these were coming off. I'm going to have to find somewhere else to put them. I'll have to do a little light here to light up Kippers so he's underlit. I don't know, it's going to take a while to sort out. Fairy lights on the edges. The fairy lights are still there. I don't know yet. I don't know what I'm doing with them or how to do it. Because I've got loads of other lights as well, haven't I? Oh, I don't know where I put that one. I've got loads of lights as well. But they're really light. The lights. You can't get dark lights, can you? And every light that you put on is like the burning sun. Even though all you want it to be is just a little bit of an accent, it's not. It's just completely off you go. Yeah, so it's going to be a little bit of messing around for a while before it starts to look normal. But, as I say, underneath the bottom shelf, I've got 2 baskets full of stuff, which is now out the way. Another basket. Some other shite that needs to be moved there. That's going to be sound. There's loads more stuff on there. So much more space available in the room now. Flags like bunting. Where's my bunting? Look how fast Mandy's mind is working. That is the design mind, isn't it? What can be done? What can be done? And of course, Mandy, there will be room for a small bonsai tree. Possibly. Esther, Horace, he's on the back shelf of the car. I need to sit him back up again. Yeah. I was going to bring him in here, actually, because I don't really do many car videos anymore, do I? Sort of daily car videos. I was going to put him in here somewhere. Don't know. We'll see. Sam, you noticed that with the Christmas lights? Yeah, not much wattage, but still blinding bright on screen. Now, there is ways around that. But if you've got a proper camera, there's ways around it. You can change the f-stop. You can change the ISO. I've dropped the f-stop down, or is it raised? So it's not as blurry in the background as normally, which unfortunately cuts out a bit of light. So I had to mess around with that as well. But it's mad, isn't it? There's lots of arsing around. If you've got something in the background, I've done it before with things like that light. In reality, that light is really dim, but it comes across fairly bright on screen, or at least it does if you have the camera set up as normal. If there's room for a small bonsai tree, is there room for a little Thomas, for a small Thomas? Always room for a small Thomas. I need either a basket or a tray in front of the cupboard. Which cupboard? So you can get to it quickly. There's trays and there's baskets and all kinds everywhere. I've got access to all kinds of stuff, but they're out of the way, which is really handy. There's space for another basket to go underneath. At the moment, I've got me tripods under there. Tripods. Oh, let's have a look. Yeah. Right. Yeah. At the moment, there's nothing in there. There's a keyboard, an actual keyboard. You know, MIDI musical keyboard. So if anyone needs to get in that cupboard, they can there's nothing there in the way of it. Sound. When my sister was here, there's 2 wardrobes. She had a third one in the middle because she's got loads of clothes. And whenever the fuses tripped, my dad would have to pull the wardrobe down, and I'd have to get my skinny arms in and flick the switch. At least now anybody can get in there. Lighting is often the bane of your existence with the lives at the window. It is a pain in the arse, Sam, it really is. And even when you start moving to proper cameras, it's still a pain in the arse. Having to use ISO, f-stops, ND filters, all kinds of stuff. It's not easy. The more I learn and the more I use it, the worse I become at it as well. It's awful. You'll either have to keep access clear or use a basket or a tray. It's clear. You can see it, it's there. It's clear. I'm not putting anything in the way of it. It's just, I'm going to leave it the way it is. But there's still room. Things can be moved over slightly, so it's sound. Louise Lulu Bellatini, how are you? How are you in yourself? How's life 38,000 feet up Mount Pendle? So it's been 30 years since you've been in a photography class. It's ancient history. It's like riding a bike, except it's completely different to riding a bike. Yeah, all messages, not top. Where's the footy jerseys? The footy jerseys are hung up in the wardrobe. Oh, hang on. I think there's some in there. And there's some in here. Bloody thing. Balls to it. There you go. It's an FC20 shirt. That's a waste of space right next to me head though, prime display spot. If anything's going there, it will have to be movable. That's the thing. It's not getting covered. At the moment, there's a keyboard and an incense holder. That's it. Incense holder. Those can be moved to the other side. Things can be put in the way, but at the end of the day, that has got to be left open. Safe and sound. The shirt is safe and sound, yeah. Oh, man. It's about access more than anything else, and being able to put stuff. It's not too bad. Exactly, hence a basket or a tray. I don't need to put anything on there, Mandy. I've got baskets and I've got trays down below. I don't need to put anything in there. It's there. Ali Ali-o. I could roll the ball across here or move it across there and put something else there, but the whole thing has got to be left open. New shelves. Shelves. Not made out of wood, though. They're only cheap as well. They're 20 quid. And you can see why they're flimsy, but they'll do the job for in here. And I've also got, on that side, I've got my walking stick hanging up. I don't really need my walking stick these days, do I? To be honest with you. Esther, a Kipper's Red. We can do that. Be right back. I've only just walked in. Our actual staff used to be like that in the pub. They'd walk in, take the coat off and then disappear for half an hour. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, but there's loads of stuff that I need to mess around with. It only got put up yesterday and it was an absolute ball. Like, I've zhuzhed round with the Hoover and it's looking better. There's a few things I need to throw out. So as the week goes on, stuff will be chucked away and it'll be a bit more neat. Steve, are you on a flake in yours? We can actually do that for you right now, right this second. Do you want to flake with that, love? That's actually a picture of Louise as well. It's actually Louise. Trying to find the vertical. You've been waylaid and transfixed by a close-up on some ants, Sam. I am not surprised. Ants are fascinating. Casper, how are you? Ants are mad. Man, it took you a while to find, but you have found it. Am I there? Is it there? Cheers, Mel. If that's your real name. You see, maybe that's what the 1 at the beginning of LC stands for. It's not actually 1, it's M, where it says Melcy, as in Melanie. Kipper's Red. They shouldn't be your colours today either, Esther. Given the fact that, hang on, footy. Back of the net, thank you. The Ajax game was on TV over here. I watched it. Wasn't great. Wasn't great. However, do you know what was great? Hibs against Rangers. 0-0. And it was one of the most exciting 0-0s I've seen. The second half was like a basketball game. Just attack, attack, attack. It was amazing. Ajax were winning 2-0 at half time and drew 2-2 away at Excelsior, the third largest team in Rotterdam. Jinxie Jungle Juice, Triple J. I would drink this right now, I really would. Look at that, man. How tasty does that look? I would have that. Let's have a look. Mirvenyas, is that how you pronounce it? Cringe language. Do you mean English or Scouse? Or both? Yeah, it was on Premier TV in the on Sky. And we do get Dutch football. But that was on today. I was quite happy watching that. But it didn't look great. The manager is very, very well named, isn't he? Fred Grim, because it was grim, to be honest with you. United against Fulham looked a good game. That was on one telly. I was watching, like I say, Hibs against Rangers. I watched Hearts last night, which was brilliant as well. Scottish football's great. It's absolute bedlam. Nearly 60 swipes, but I've found. Well worth it, thank you. Christine, just dropping by to say hi. Got the night manager on at the moment. Is that the TV programme or, Filt? Charlie Bravo 04, Charlie Bravo 04. Only watched the game against Olympiacos, not good. You would have been happy today either. Looked okay first half, but then, yeah. Shouldn't be drawing, even away at Excelsior. Grim up north, it is. That's what they tell us. We don't find it grim, they do. Yes, you filthy, filthy, filthy beggar, you. How are we all? Speaking of sport, you just won gold in the European handball tournament tonight. That is a right Brucey bonus, well done. Night Manager is on Prime. I think it is over here as well. Not watched it myself. Is it any good? Is it filth? Is that why you're watching it? Filth. Do you know, I've not seen anything at all that I've even fancied watching. Normally there's something, but no. Bugger all, just loads of YouTube. Because I'm learning all the time. Although I've just said I'm not, haven't I? I've just said it. I've been learning loads of things about cameras. I've been learning loads. Exposure triangles. ND filters. Frame rates. Motion blur. All this stuff. And then you go out and none of it works. Stick Kippers up into the gap, please, just to fill the hole. No, he's staying where he is, Mandy. That took enough time earlier. That bit will change for the next live, but for the time being, it's there. Bollocks to it. Bollocks to it. There you go, moaning ass. Yeah, he's staying there until I can sort other stuff out. He's staying there. He needed to be lit slightly, which means that there's got to be a separate light. You know what I mean? It is a bit of a rip-off of a Adidas Tango, unfortunately. But, actually, look at the colours. A yellow ball with green. Good City colours. Oh. There you go, there you go. Fantastic colours. I've been looking for an Adidas Tango. I got given one back in 1982. So it was an OG, a proper Adidas Tango. I wish I could have kept it. Oh man. But it wasn't mine, it belonged to FC20. You know what is grim and negative NAO index that currently gives you minus 5.2 with a wind chill of 13. That will change. Look at that in a month's time and it'll be completely different. In a month's time, it will be, what are we on now? Sunset in the UK is almost at 5 o'clock, which means at the end of February it will be 6 o'clock, and then it'll end up going to clocks will go forward in March as well. It's going to be great. Adidas Azteca was the nuts from 86. I did like that, but I am proper old school Adidas Tango. I did consider putting me football shoes behind me, me indoor trainees, me Copa Mundials, because they're gorgeous. I'll never wear them again, but they could have gone there. They might do, actually. That would be a good idea. Ball and boots. It's nice and bright behind me. It looks a bit too bright, but I can't turn anything down, really. I can change colours, but I don't think it works changing colours. See, that doesn't really work, does it? White is just, yeah. Red. Now it looks like a whorehouse. Yeah, that looks alright. You see, but this is the first time. There's a little bit of green over that side, isn't there? I have other lights. There could be other colours. We could do loads of messing around here. It'll change. Not green is absolutely almost impossible to get on screen because it never looks purple. It always looks either cerise pink or blue. You just can't get it on the cusp. Class as it is. But we'll have a mess around with it. We'll see what happens. It's an ongoing situation. Also means I've got a bit more space here as well. Just here, on this desk. I've got an L-shaped desk. So you never know. I might be able to... I could actually put my printer there, couldn't I? I could do that. Out of the way. So that then I've got my record player just on its own over there. That's a good idea. Bit of Amsterdam red. The lower pressure of the so-called NAO index, that's cold Arctic easterly cold in. Yeah, that'll be, what do we call it? Like a polar vortex and stuff like that, isn't it? Is allowed in because of the low pressure. No es bueno, man. It can persist for ages, and it takes a little bit of, well, it takes a lot of pressure to move it out the way. Candlemas is tomorrow and marks the point of midwinter. Sure, I did not know that. You're with Mandy staring at a knob all night is going to drive you nuts. You can't unsee it now. What knob are you staring at? You mean me? Right, I'll do you know what? Do you know what I could do actually? I can't move the knob. I could put... They could go on the little hatch thing, couldn't they? It's an ongoing sitch. The sitch is ongoing. Could I project the Bears Paws logo? Just on the top of the lighthouse where the gap is. If I had it, I would, but I can't. I've got the thing here which I can't even put behind there because I wouldn't be able to get it out the way, but that's been behind me for ages. Oh bollocks, I've only got one arm. The pub sign. It's terrible, this, isn't it? See how see-through that is? That's been behind for ages. Knew it, hasn't he? Knew it, hasn't he? I'll do something with it. This whole thing was only put together yesterday. My bed was just completely, it was like a mound full of stuff on there. And I still haven't chucked anything away, really. I've got a bin bag waiting to go in the bin. And I've got some stuff in the back of the car, that's it. That's it. So there's loads of stuff to get rid of. Zhuzhed round with the big hoover earlier, which was boss. I always feel happier after I've hoovered. Isn't that weird? I could stick a pic of Jeff on the fuse box door. Ooh! There's an idea. An A4 of Jeff in the background. Just peeking out. Looking over whatever's in there. That could work. That could work. Yeah. And Lulu Ballatini does it on purpose. She does. Or does she just mean looking at a knob means looking at me? Terrible behaviour. Roudwit, Ajax, yeah. Very see-through, very naughty, very naughty. Anyone got any Veras? Lovely. Greenland's capital, Nuuk. January has an average temperature of -7. This year it was +0 or +0.2. January in Greenland's capital was a lot warmer than the capital in Denmark. Weird. You see where you have the bear's paws up over your head. Which what with the what now? This thing. That. Can I move it to the space behind me? It's on the screen, unfortunately. Neck curtain rail on the back of the shelf. I don't need to. It can hang up. There's hooks on the back for it to hang on. But to then start pissing round, I just thought, get rid, move it. So it's out the way. New start, new beginning. January was the coldest month in 8 years. What? Was that due to the raised temperatures? Sorry, the raised tempers, which were raising temperatures towards our little orange friend, which I'm now singing to the tune of Little Fluffy Clouds by The Orb. Not looking forward to this winter's heating bills. You sound, man. It is a bit Baltic, isn't it? But it's been, well, where we are anyway, it's mild. So far, this winter has been really mild. I think we've had a couple of weeks where it's been like icy cold of a morning. That is it. Yeah, it's an overlay. Manny could move it, but it would be in front, not behind. It's yeah, all the stuff that you see on the screen is pretty much an overlay. Which I think is Speedy Gonzales, isn't it? Overlay. Reba. Things will change. There might be some more fake plants which could perhaps fill a little bit of that area there. I feel like I'm doing the weather forecast now. There'll be more plants coming in over here. But it's handy. For nothing else, that camera, the whole camera shelf is just insane. And all those cameras were hidden in places. Now they're there. Some places in Greenland has had December and January temperatures on average up to 15 Celsius above normal. That's not right. If the flag was on a wire, it could be nose the side for access. What? Hasn't stopped Ollie wanting the fire on. Ollie knows what he likes. He knows the score. And also knows that he has a willing human to bully into putting it on. That's it, isn't it? But it's all right. For someone who's been out and about, going on walks, I've noticed the difference. Genuinely. And it's not been too bad. Yesterday was unbelievable, by the way. I had a look at my steps count after we'd finished pissing around, making that and what have you. And I'd already hit my steps target for the day. And that was just little tiny trips to the kitchen, back into the front room, into here, back into the front room. Then I went on a walk. And I was going to order something to eat, get it delivered. I got back home and balls to this. I'm going to Tesco. So I walked around Tesco as well. So I did just under 6,000 steps yesterday, I think. Which is almost normal for a human being. Poor Ollie. Poor Ollie lives like a king. As well he should. He took Ruby out today and Steve-O was only wearing a t-shirt. Nothing on the lower half. Controversial. Yeah, I said to my dad earlier, I went out for a walk. I was wearing a t-shirt and a hoodie, no coat, no no vest, hat. Obviously, I always wear a hat, but also no gloves, nothing. It was just sound, quite nice. That's the North Atlantic Oscillation for you. I seen North Atlantic Oscillation supporting 8 mile radius in Toronto in '72. One summer a few years ago, it caused temperatures in Greenland around 25 degrees in the blessed Celsius, at which point Greenland actually becomes green. 6,000 steps. It's almost normal human beings. Normal human being. On a match day, with all the walking, I normally get 5,000, so I've done well. Saw Sis yesterday. Vic has hurt her back, so that's why she's not streaming. Oh, right. Well, send her our best wishes. Poor Vic. The ladies are grand. Steve-O's doing okay and work is going well. Work always goes well when Steve-O's involved. Not poor Ollie. Poor Lulu Bellatini paying the bills. It's a good job he got the S-Kills to pay those B-Ills. No pants, disgraceful behaviour. Back injuries, it's horrific. As anybody, I'm sure there's loads of people in here who've suffered back injuries. It affects everything. No matter what you do, you move your back when you're doing it. Let's pin Vic. She's easier to be pinned when she's a back's bad. Ah. Snow for 2 weeks. Yeah, well, ask Lulu Bellatini about it. Top of Mount Pendle, permanently snow-capped. Permanently snow-capped. There you go. So there's Vic's channel. Click on that. Subscribe, comment, like, all the other YouTube stuff. And there's also Sam's and Shane's. We will link, we'll pin everyone as well tonight. You can beat that. You stood outside smoking a cig yesterday when it snowed. It was -5. You had shoes, trousers and a t-shirt. You're officially acclimatised to winter. Do you know what? The body genuinely acclimatises to the point where other people from around the world cannot deal with the temperatures you deal with. We can deal with cold over here. We can't deal with the heat. And if you go to the States, part of the southern states, they can deal with the heat. They can't deal with the cold when they come over here. And yet, spend a month, you're all right, are you? Both of yous. Tom to Tom, 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 can you hear us? Tom, Tom, Tom to Tom, Tom, can you? Esther, you need a yak as well. I am sure anywhere in the world where you could buy a second-hand yak on the black market, on the yak market, would be Amsterdam. Have a word with your contacts in the dam. Yeah, we have a new yak for sale. Second hand. 3 careful owners. The other 6 didn't give a shit. As a brickie, you're not going to talk about back injury. Everything you do, it doesn't matter what it is, your back is affected, isn't it? As a brickie, you don't want to be arsing around with a bad back. You really don't. I'm bad enough just sitting in me chair. If I've got a bad back and I'm sat in my chair for like 8, 9, 10 hours a day, it's not good. Nor is good, man. Oh, yak attack, yak attack. Yak attack. Yak attack. I think me and Shane should walk. A walk collab. Same time. Oh, you mean a joint live, not a collab, a joint live. That'd be different, yeah. That could be done. Not too cold over in Nederland. Around -2, -5 at night. That's doable. That is doable. You like a part-time share in a yak. You could definitely get part-time shares. Like a timeshare. What was that? A yak attack? Whenever yaks are mentioned. Yak attack! Yak attack! That was a full-on yak attack. It is a great graphic. Again, Mandy, with the skills to pay the bills. A proper timeshare and a yak. The squirrel thing. Where's the squirrel thing? I've only shown that once. Well, mention squirrels then. Oh, hang on, you just have, haven't you? Squirrels. Squirrels. Still hot. Sponsor me thermos, you bastards. It is, that's one for Sam. Mandy, the woman who moans like... I was going to say moans like fuck there. What I meant to say was she moans like fuck about having to do these things. Makes these things without being asked. And likes doing it. So probably keep an eye out. There'll be more, won't there? There'll be more on-screen stuff. Because let's face it, they are brilliant, aren't they? It is absolute class. You've started to get a lot of ice in the fjords and the oceans. Been some years since you last... Yeah, it takes a lot, doesn't it? Because obviously oceans especially, the amount of motion in the ocean stops it from happening. And also the salt. Many harbours are full of ice as well. Yeah, we don't really get that too often here. Which makes it look a little bit weird when we see it in other countries. How can it be that cold? Well, of course it can be that cold. Yeah, it's shy squirrel. Cute though. I need to get out at some point and see them squirrels in Formby. I don't know when the car park is reopening, but we're in February now, so can't be that far away, can it? They'll want to get it fixed before summer, as it gets very busy there during the summer. But hopefully, I'll get down there. We'll take a camera and we'll see what happens. Edgar David's on the Duke here, isn't it? Will the dentists... Oh, sorry, will the Wednesday stream be dentist related given that it's 2:30? It might be. It could be. It should be. Make it so. Also, I didn't go and have me facial physio appointment last week because I couldn't face it. Physically, mentally or spiritually, I couldn't face it. I was absolutely exhausted. So I've rescheduled it. I'm waiting for that to come back through. I've also bought a calendar. A month to view calendar, and then I'm going to put it on in big Sharpie, and I'm going to make sure that in the days leading up to any dentist's all right, like, but any sort of appointment where it's going to take a little bit of energy. I'm going to make sure that the days leading up to it, I have naps at least. Because I can't be doing that. I was absolutely wiped out last week. Can't be having that, man. Not healthy, is it? It's not good for you. You're going to have to remind me about that as well, Mandy. I'm going to have to look through me list of song titles and then make sure there's a dentist one. And we've already used one dentist one. Have The Cure got more than one dentist-y thing? No, we didn't pick a Jeff pick for February. The picture generation area, Piggly Ding next, is a pain in the arse, and it's been taking loads of credits for doing nothing, to be honest with you. But it will regenerate overnight, so I could start making more, couldn't I? But it needs to be done. We're in February now. I will do that later on tonight, actually. We do need a Jeff pick. Fucking hell, man. See, I know the heating's on, like, but it's red hot, man. How's Jeff's me ma and Zara doing? Me ma and Zara sound like. Me ma's car is still in the garage. It's going to need a new clutch. Not cheap. And I've been driving her to Tesco and stuff like that. Jess got another tattoo today, which I now think's a fifth. Ooh, Irish red beer. Perfect for Ali Ali, apart from the fact she doesn't drink. Nice bit of Kipper's red again. Yeah. Jess also wants a recording studio at the bottom of her garden. She rang me up on Friday talking about music. How do you write? How do you write music? How do you write songs? So we had a discussion, like a half-hour discussion about writing music, and I told her how to do it, or what she needs to do to be in a position to do it. So at some point, it's easier for her. When I first started doing it, I've got a Porter Studio, which is a tape machine. That's all we had. That and a drum machine, a Roland 808. And it all had to be done via tape. Now, a laptop, MacBook, a PC, you can download software onto it. A mic like this, an interface. You can sit at home and make music so easy. If you've got two working hands, obviously. So for her, it's going to be easier to do. Hopefully, she'll start writing, because I think it's a really good thing to do. From an expressive point of view, being able to write music, write songs is boss. A shed, almost. Oh, Mandy, it's shocking to you. You've got your own bevy. How boss is that, lid? My car is sick. It is. Not as sick as my dad, who's got to pay for the bloody thing, like. About 700 quid. It's the spoon, man. It's always the spoon, man. Spoon, man. Casper, you use FL Studio. Is that Fruit Loops? Yeah, I think I've got MPC Beats, but I'm struggling to use any of it. It's not as easy as just getting a tape recorder, plugging in and playing. I always found that so easy. This should be easier. And maybe it would do if I had two hands. Or maybe that's just an excuse. It's maybe using an excuse, isn't it? It is mental. It is. Clutches are very, very expensive, but she has had that car now for, I don't know, 13 years or something, and it's not had a new clutch. So perhaps it was overdue. Perhaps. David's just stuck. No, it's sound, but we've moved on now. Not anymore. Yeah, it was close though. Cars are not cheap. That's the problem. And the older the car gets, the more likely it is that it's going to start needing work done to it. Which, of course, muchos dineros. You wanted Horace to kick it. Can he kick it? Yes, he can. There you go. Her car is... Oh, Can't even work it out in my head now. What are we on? 2008 it was, wasn't it? Yeah, 2008. 17, 18 years old. Mine's 21. So they are bloody expensive, but I love my car. Fruit Loops Studio, yeah, started using it in 2012. Takes some time to learn, but a MIDI keyboard, which is behind the football. I've got an Akai mini keyboard. I just can't play it. Some plugins and a mic. The same microphone used by Michael Jackson to record the Thriller album. Well, the updated version of the same microphone. That's a Shure SM7DB rather than just the SM7B. So I've got all the stuff I need. Just haven't got two working hands to play guitar or bass. It's a shame. I've got loads of songs, hundreds of songs written. I should be able to record them. I also haven't got the voice anymore. Sometimes I can sing, sometimes I can't. Which is horrible. I've always been able to sing, not brilliant, but I can definitely hold a tune. I don't know. Since the stroke I can't do it, man. Feel like I've lost a limb. I just wish at some point I would have learned to play keyboard. I understand triads, I understand bits like that, but yeah, I don't know. Get Jess to record my stuff. Not a chance. My stuff has to be played in a certain way. She might be able to play it, and if she does, fair play. But if she doesn't, I'll get really upset and angry with her, and then I've already told her this week that 19 is not too old to get her aborted, so it's the kind of relationship me and her have. Time for another Mankman hit. Unfortunately, I think the AI music is of the past. Unless I can get Suno to work in the same way as I got Udio, and I start paying for it again. Because now you have to pay for it and able to use it on YouTube. Because they're thieving bastards. Obviously. Shame. But, and here's the pain in the arse. If I could use my left hand, I could write, play and record Mankman music easily. Because it's not fucking difficult to do Blag Oasis songs, is it? I can do that. In fact, I have songs that sound like Oasis songs, but they were written years before Oasis did theirs. It's crazy, man. But they are thieving wankers, absolutely. Considering the fact that AI is pretty much just not stealing from other artists, but utilising their skills, the AI companies shouldn't own the copyright to it. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, if you ask me. I know no one asked me, but if you did, I'd say it was ridiculous. That is a good cup of tea tonight, that. Fair play. I've already had about 30 or 40 cups of tea today. It's not good, is it? I have been peeing beyond myself. Been pissing like a red horse, sort of. I was going to say something there and I can't think what it is now. Could you write it on the computer? The music, a Mankman song. I understand music. I understand how it works. I can put chords together, but normally I would pick a guitar up and write a song. That I found easy to do, and it makes sense on a guitar. A keyboard, I can't. I know MPC Beats does have an option where it's like split into beats, and you can just tick a little box. This is where you play this note. So I could possibly do something like that, but it'd take a while trying to work that out. I should just be able to. I sort of understand triad chords, and I know where the notes are. Not enough that I can just look and do, but if I took my time and learned, I'd be all right. Just need to learn, man. And I need to improve my left hand, because I need to play guitar. Gutted, man. I love playing guitar. I love writing music. Mandy, how's the book reading going on? Have you gone back to knitting? I think there's news, isn't there? On the book reading, Mandy, isn't there? There could be news. Yeah, but I do miss writing music. It's for anybody who, if you've got that artistic bent within you, it's amazing being able to just write your own music. Such a good outlet for your creativity. It's amazing. If you've got the opportunity. If you've got the opportunity, do it. Do it. Do it now. Mandy, you can't play a note past your postgrad using a MIDI keyboard and playing one note at a time. One note at a time, sweet Jesus. It's doable. This pisses me off because you can do it. Loads of 70s, 80s electro bands did it as well. We pressed one button and we had a #1 hit. Fucking hell. Why can't I do that? You can sing the notes, record them, and then convert them to MIDI in something like FL Studio. Then adjust them and change the MIDI to... Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I will have to look into it a bit more. Book 6 of 3 times 5. That makes no sense, but fair enough. Done. Book 6 done. And it's that 2/3 of neck thingy knitted. Oh, the snoody thing. Isn't it? It's like part bathing suit, part balaclava, something like that, isn't it? Balaclava. What was it called? I can't remember now. Fair play to you. Fair play to you. Fair play. But yeah. Anyway. Well, it is Sunday after all, isn't it? So I guess we should go and see the Blue Man. What's the Blue Man been up to this week? Tales from the Crypt with Jeff. New shelves, get your tool out. Yes, you were getting involved, weren't you? Look at him. He's actually got a unit where he can do that. A much needed refuel. Oh, why is he eating pizza? I'd eat pizza right now. Fuck yes. Massage required. Shoulders stiff. Eyes like chipped ice. Oh my God, look at him. Hoo-yah! Is he pretending he did all the work? Because he didn't. Me dad did all the work on them shelves. He's lying. Jeff is lying. Steve, only baking updates. Is Helen still knitting as well? We need to know these things. 3 sets of 5 books per series. Right. So 6 will be first one of second book, the second series. 1 or 3. Mandy, 1 or 3. 1 or 3 for Mandy, 1 and 3 for Ali. Hey, speaks volumes there, doesn't it? Lying bastard, he was. Proper lying bastard. Although he might have been involved because there was lots of swearing. Yeah. Jeff. Lying get. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. All right. Jeff must have been watching The New Statesman. Alan Bastard to Piers. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. If you can have both, yes please. There you go, yeah. See, Ali set a precedent there, didn't she? It's not either or. You can have a bit of both if you feel like it. 2 scoops. No backtracking, Ali. No backtracking 1 or 3. 1 and 3, you're all right. You can have 2 scoops. You can have a vanilla and a raspberry. Posh. Nothing posh about Jeff. Sometimes he likes to dress up as though he's posh. I think he's got a slight James Bond kind of, fetish going on. Very stiff upper lip. I don't think it was his upper lip that was stiff. He was blaming his shoulders. And you know why, don't you? We needed a few little bits of wood for shelves. Of course, Jeff turns up with a giant redwood over one shoulder. There you go. Whittled it down to 5 little shelves because he's an absolute tit. He's a show off. Coming round with his muscles upon muscles upon muscles. No need for him. Jeff is what happens when you send an avatar to Eton. Oh, no. He might be evil, but he's not Eton evil. That's a different level of evil. He wouldn't last 5 minutes in the Bullingdon Club. There would be chaos and bedlam if he was involved in that. There is already, but be 100 times worse. Poor Jeff. Oh. How many shelves? 5. Right, there's 5. There's a little gap underneath, so I can put some baskets underneath. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's 1 on the top as well, which is like the lid. So 5 shelves in total. Pinned channels, yes. Who's next? Who's going next? Go on. Who are we putting next? How far back have I got to go to find these bloody things? There we go. Put Shane up for now. It is very handy and very cheap as well, to be honest with you. 20 quid, lots of swearing, and a bit of fettling. Bit of fettling, but it's all done. And it is handy because at some point I will try and show you the top shelf. And just show you how stupid it is that I've got that many cameras. In fact, I reckon this is going to go bading when I try it, I think it'll go bading. Oh, bollocks, it will, won't it? See? All the camera stuff. You can't really see it, can you? But there's loads of camera stuff. Loads of camera stuff. I'll get a better Ujima flip of that and show you what it's like. It's stupid. There's a rumour he started the Naughty Hellfire Club. He might have done. That is a very, very Bullingdon, Eton kind of thing, the Hellfire Club, isn't it? Shane, no problem, mate. You are most welcome. Esther, that sounds like your kind of thing, the Hellfire Club. Metal or wood? A little from column A. Actually, there's no wood involved at all. It's metalish, very, very thin aluminium and MDF chipboardy shit. So, but it's quite handy. As I say, if that falls apart and it's no good, At least I know the size. I know how it fits in. So I could buy a more expensive one. Works quite well in here. Like. Drone. No, the drone's not on top. The drone's over there somewhere. I will put that in the top shelf though. It's only small, the drone. It's tiny. Mucho tiny. Jeff won the wall game and wore the opposition's hat. That's how eaten he is. He is very eaten. Very eaten. It's metal. But cheap shit metal. Very, very thin, cheap shit metal as well. But it works. Which is nice. And it was just to make sure that I've got somewhere to put things. Use the drone to film the shelves. Why? Why would I need a drone to film the shelves when I can stand there with a camera and film the shelves? The drone, you see, the drone makes loads of noise and also is not connected to this in any way, shape or form. No. It is really handy. The storage is needed. Why not? Drone is not connected to OBS. Drone makes huge amounts of noise. High pitched, really, really loudly. I would then need to get the footage off the drone and post it on YouTube, when I can just stand there with a camera and then, in fact, I could just stand there with my phone, film it and upload it to YouTube off my phone. Rent out my arm as a drone, man. Make a killing. Rent out me good arm as a drone. You can do that, you know. I don't mean you can rent your arm out as a drone, man. If you've got a stick with a camera on the end, you can do fake drone shots. They work really well. Like a selfie stick, a long selfie stick. If you start low down and then pull up, works really well. More dramatic. It just wouldn't work, and it would absolutely ruin anything that I was doing live, because the noise would be horrific. And it's dark in here, and the carpet is black, so it would crash. There's loads of other stuff like that, other reasons. Someone who can do some really good fake drone shots, especially people who know what they're doing, who understand the movement that they need to have, and it really does look like a proper drone taking off. It's amazing, man. I should get my drone out more often. But the weather's been awful. It's been too windy. Far too windy. And also you can't fly it in the dark, or even dusk. You can't fly it in because it can't see the ground properly. And then starts crying. You need a fishing pole and a 360. Exactly. The 360s are brilliant. And a fishing pole works wonders. And a fishing pole would get really high as well. Chilly but dry. That's not too bad, Ali, is it? That's not too bad, that. I've said this all along. Cold I can do. Wet I can do. Windy I can do. Cold, wet and windy at the same time is not good. Not good. No es bueno, man. But a chilly day, as long as it's dry, it's not a problem. Wrap up warm, you're alright. As soon as there's... Oh, sorry, yeah, pole. Whip your pole out. Oh, well, oh. Cold, foggy and wet. I wouldn't mind a bit of fog. I quite like the fog. Looks good. Not good to drive in, but it does look good. I don't think it's cold at the moment. It's saying 6 degrees. That I'm quite happy with that. No coat needed. Hoodie and t-shirt. I'm all right with that. Don't talk about awful weather. -6 and windy, so it feels like -14. Oh, man. There was a robin on Shane's Live earlier. There's quite a few around here. I just can't get them at all. Can't get them anywhere near the garden or anywhere where I can film them. So if you can get them on your lives, man, that's fantastic. They're supposed to be really brave, aren't they, as well? Very aggressive, territorial. But if you're doing something in the back garden, they tend to come and have a look, don't they? Which might be why I've not seen them round here, because I never do a fucking thing. Baltic. Utterly Baltic. There was a chicken on Sam's. Hold the mayo. Was this a wild chicken, or was it someone's pet? Just the one looking for worms. Yeah, on the mailing app, there's always robins nearby making loads of noise. Just I've not seen one in the garden. Blue tits, sparrows, greenfinches, whatever it is. Seen loads of them, but just never the robins. And the robins you would think would be the perfect wintry bird. And robin roadburst, but no, nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. Yeah, definitely hold the mayo. Oh, Ali Alio, picture sent, picture. That's cold, man. Some cold. Yesterday 9.2, today 9.1. It is getting warmer though, look at that. The minimum temperature going from 2 and 1 to 5s and 6s. That's pretty decent, that. I'd settle for that. I would settle for that. Could be worse. Maybe you should get a telephoto lens and go and film some nature. Haven't done it forever. Casper, you should do, man. You should do. Someone's dinner. Around here, folk are filming an otter in the canal. An otter in the canal. That's a brave otter. Louise, aren't you the highest point, or one of the highest points in the canal system? Have I got that right, or am I making that up now? I'm sure I've seen one of those TV shows where Barlick's one of the highest points of the canal network in the UK. Just trying things out. That's all you need to do, innit? Keep trying, keep practicing, man. Sam, call from hubby about next doc's appointment tomorrow. Have you missed Jeff? You have? We'll show him again. 4 here going to -2. Yeah, I was hubby. Is he doing all right? Mandy was mentioning the chicken. I am right. I thought so. I'm trying to think who it was. I don't know if it was Robbie Cummins on Canal Boat Diaries or whether it was one of the YouTubers who was talking about it. Plus, one of the other YouTubers from Southport went to Barlick because her son was playing football around there. I think she went to a wander around the canal, and also there's a church, isn't there? Which looked very, very pretty, if I remember rightly. I could be making this up as I go along here. I've got a memory like a metal thing holding it. What? That's it. Between -2 and -6 with a foreseeable, according to the 10-day forecast. But that will soon change. as Jeff is my witness. Although we are due to get snow on Tuesday and Wednesday, we will not get that. That's bullshit. Bullshit. I mean, look at that, man. That to me just looks like it's normal all the way through. Standard. Gill Church, 12th century, that'll be the one then. It looked fantastic. In fact, the whole town, the bits of the town that she was walking through looked amazing. So pretty. And I suppose that's one of the benefits of playing in a Lancashire football league, is that you go to all these little towns and villages around and about, which are all really pretty. Nice, isn't it? Not just Liverpool, Manchester, not the big cities. Liverpool, Manchester, Preston, no. The small little towns and stuff look beautiful, man. Bloody beautiful, bloody beautiful. Yeah, he's better going to some kind of heart clinic that works with the cardiologist. Oh, good stuff, man. Yeah. Positive vibes coming your way and Hubs. Yeah, the chicken very loud this morning. By the time you jumped out of bed to see if it was invading the porch again, you couldn't see it. I call foul play. Didn't find a council estate then. There's no council estates in Barlick. There are no council estates in Barlick. The only estate, of course, is the one that you've got with peacocks in it and things. With the 3-mile driveway, stuff like that. Now, I think where she went, where they were playing football, was pretty much... It looked nice. There was a pub, bar-type pub where they have live music, and she seemed quite taken with going in there at some point. Looked good. Looked nice. It didn't seem that high up, though. You can't tell, can you? When someone's just walking around, you can't tell. Yeah, you've got to be quick. Got to be quick to chase the chicken. When Juliet Bravo needed a rundown estate to film on, they came to Barlick. Why? If you need rundown estates, there's loads of them all over the UK. Big cities got loads of them. Oh, man. And I thought it was a picture postcard place. What would I know? What would I know? The closest I've been to it is, I was going to say, no, it's not the M6. I've been to Blackburn, Ewood Park. That's about the closest I've been, I think. Beyond that. Oh. Where did we go with the school? We did the Inglethorpe or Ingleton walk, whatever it's called. The walk around the Yorkshire Dales. Done all that. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't taking note back then, was I? I was only 15 at the time. The clucking kept getting fainter. Oh, it knew you were on its trail, and it headed for the hills. Bevan is going to that pub in May. Oh, lovely stuff. That'll be good. One flew over the Sammy's fence. Your hometown's Facebook, your mum uses. It's mainly people saying, "Hey John, your chickens must have got an oxen in my yard again." That's when you know you've got a proper old school Facebook, isn't it? No major things going on. No 17 police cars and all that kind of stuff. No. Chicken got out. Is a dale a valley? Because here it's dale. I think it is, isn't it? Uphill and down dale. So it'll be a valley. You'd never join your neighbourhood app or Facebook or anything. Probably best to stay out of it, otherwise you'll never stop. Just constantly. You'd be like that with your phone in your hand, non-stop, shaking your head at how stupid people are. No, the people who phone up Microsoft. I'm trying to install something. It says to press any button. I've been here for 3 hours looking for the any button and I can't find it anywhere. Those people. You don't want that kind of intimacy with your neighbours. Definitely not. Berg en dal, yeah. Exactly. Berg, mountain, dal, dale, valley. There's actually a stabbing and subsequent mysterious death locally. So had the site gossip running wild. That's the way it works though, isn't it? Nothing happens for like 10 years, then all of a sudden something does happen. All of a sudden something happens and just goes haywire. Also don't want to know who turns us into the city about your rewilding yard. Oh, yeah. Otherwise you start going mad. Horrible, aren't they? Hang on. Just bullied me friend. Fucking hell, Jess, why do you do this every Sunday? Every single week she does that. Fucking text messages. No bed. Don't want to know anyone's politics. Probably best that you don't. With your neighbours. Just, yeah. Live in blissful unawareness. The area was part of the Danelaw. Well, there could be leftists. You don't need to know who's a fascist. Yeah, you can tell anyway, can't you? Normally, the red hat is a giveaway. Hello, belting end to the series. Lovely stuff. Speaking of Zanes, Kasper Dolberg scored our only goal against Olympiacos. He was also involved in the goals today. Never scored them, but he was also involved. You weren't sure if it was just a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's never a coincidence. Never a coincidence. Pretending neighbours are potentially neutral keep things more. It does. You don't need to know things. Some stuff probably best remaining hidden. Right, well, for those who weren't around earlier on, would you like Jeff again? Would you like Jeff? Jeff plus one? Deja Jeff? Jeff Jarvu? Which one is it? Jeffers? Yep. So, yeah, Sam missed. Christine missed. Go on then. Right, the shelves behind me. Jeff reckons he was involved. I never saw him get involved, but there you go. I genuinely would eat that right now. Genuinely. Look at him. Filth. Utter filth. Hoo-yah! Being manipulated by a lady masseuse. No good can come of that. Cliffhanger. I know cliffhanger. No cliffhanger, but spectacular. Yeah, put down the Jeff and step away from the Jeff. Very, very steamy piece. The massage pick seems to be quite popular with the lovely ladies. But see, here's the thing about it. He's saying that he was involved in the making of the shelves. He wasn't involved in the making of the shelves. My papa put these together. Jeff wasn't involved. He looks really good in portrait, just saying. Says Mandy, who is currently now wiping drool off her screen. Filth. Utter filth. We need a Mrs. Jeff. We have got Olga. There is Olga Rhythm, who's sort of a Mrs. Jeff. Maybe other fluids. Oh, no. Always claiming credit when he's not done the labour. That's Jeff for you. Not only claiming the credit, also claiming the massage. Well done. It is well done, Dad. Papa. Also sounds like, what's it called? A thing? A finger. Ownership. It is. Olga needs a calendar. Now you see, Jeff I can get away with because I'm male. If anyone says anything, it's just a male, isn't it? However, producing a lovely lady calendar has me open for accusations, doesn't it? Dirty bastard. Have you seen what he's doing, the dirty bastard? No toff involved. Mom, papa, Peter. Me fucking Zala, know what I mean? My dad did it. I have to hide the accent sometimes. Olga giving it the OnlyFans angle. I've seen the front of the knee when it comes to Olga. I've never seen the back. She might be saving that. I don't know. But she also has got eyes like chipped ice. And eyes like chipped ice. Flaxen haired. Is that what they call it? Flaxen haired. Only knees. That's the next big thing, I'm telling you now. Getting at the ground floor. That's going to take off. The next big thing. Bit of Simone and Garfunkel on the dookie. I love that song. Boss tune, man. It's a proper little story, isn't it? All in one little lump of a tune. Great tune as well. Hairy knees. Olga's not got hairy knees. Don't think Jeff has actually either. If a guy called Jeff knows a girl called Olga, you're checking the Epstein files. Who's taking what's off? Jeff was taking 2 inches off the door there, done with the plane. I don't know. Jeff's not wearing a shirt. There's not much more he can take off without it turning into a very different kind of stream. Olga, on the other hand, doesn't need to take anything off. Could be wearing a skirt, couldn't she? You could still see the back of her knees. Feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my knees. Yep. Very wet. Megawatts, name the biggest star in the universe. Are we talking the likes of Beetlejuice? Or are we talking, I don't know, Taylor Swift? What kind of star are we talking about here? I don't know. What is the biggest star in the universe? It's got to be something massive, isn't it? The 1 inch punch. Jeff does it with his cod dangle. Scarborough Fair for you, but you start crying 'cause it was on twice at a funeral. It's a fantastic old song, Scarborough Fair as well. Like an old school, traditional, brilliant tune. One of the channels that you follow is trying to work through the 3 million Epstein files so far. Oh, yeah. With Randy Andy, with an unconscious person, it's disgusting, isn't it? Does he have fairy goat legs and cloven feet? He doesn't have fairy goat legs. Cloven feet, I'm not sure about. An actual star, Stevenson 218. I do love stars and that, but I don't know enough about them, which I'd love to. Jeff is the biggest star in the world, in the universe. UI Scooty, a red hypergiant, estimated to be over 1,700 times wider than our sun. Oh, so there you go. It is a medieval song. And it's also, if you listen to the Stone Roses, they did a version called Elizabeth, My Dear, which is boss. Scarborough looks a nice place as well. Apparently it's a shithole, but then everywhere is in this country, according to people, including Louise talking about Barlick. Barlick being a shithole. Looked lovely to me. Scarborough, the whole of the East Coast is really pretty, by the way. Scarborough, Redcar, Whitby, Robin Hood's Bay, all that stuff. It's very, very pretty. It's all fallen into the sea, like, but it's very, very pretty. Very pretty. Very pretty. If you really look what it takes to measure stuff that far away, you'd be mind blown. Absolutely. Margate. Dana Margate. Nice beach. Do you know what? Again, there's loads of nice beaches on the East Coast. That's the northeast. I mean, look where Steve is on that side of the coast as well. Fantastic. But yeah, Redcar's lovely, or Redcar to normal people. Charlie Bravo 04. Christine, you like Scarborough Harbour? Must have a pic of Jeff's goat knees. Jeff is the goat. Tune on the Dukey, man. Whippy's romantic. It's really, really nice. The whole coast never ever gets any kind of credit. If you're talking about the northeast, all anyone ever talks about is either Newcastle, the city, Alnwick Castle, Lindisfarne, Holy Island, or Hadrian's Wall. There's loads more. Just loads more stuff up there to do. If Middlesbrough gets slagged off for being a shithole, just chemical waste dump. It's not. It's really pretty. Parts of it are shit, but it's really pretty. Rosebery Topping. If you get a chance, go to Rosebery Topping. It is beautiful. I've been up there many a time. Viking history. There's all kinds of. There will be loads of Viking history in the northeast because, obviously, the dirty, hairy Vikings turned up and were giving it lots of brown chicken, brown cow when they got there. Can't beat Barry Island. Never met him. Sounds a nice lad though. Apparently it is nice as well, Barry Island, isn't it? All the beaches are nice except Brighton. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Never been to Brighton. Early bikers went to Whitby. Well, Si's from Newcastle, near Newcastle, isn't he? So I reckon they'd have spent a lot of time riding up and down that coast. Drink. Another Irish red beer. Sweet feckin' Jesus. This has been getting hammered tonight, isn't it? Devon and Cornwall. Some lovely beaches around there by the look of it as well. Good surf, good beach. Plenty. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. As they were Danish mostly, you can only apologise. Your shared history with us goes far back. It does. Absolutely does. But that's what it's all about. That's why Geordies speak with a strange accent. Oh, Brighton Beach is all cobbles, not sand. Oh, it is, isn't it? Yeah. Which is not good. I've shown you Ainsdale Beach. I need to go further down to Formby Beach. As soon as the car park's sorted, I will take you down there and show you. Formby Beach is beautiful, man. Bloody beautiful. Christine, Slurp. Still talking about Jeff, are you? Field. Devon's great. Brixham stinks of fish, though, or it used to. Would this be Brixham on the coast? Or has Brixham got like a fish market there or something? Is Formby Beach the one with the statues? It's not, but it's that far away on a map. That's Crosby Beach. You can walk from Crosby to Formby or vice versa. It's not that far away at all. Crosby, Blundell Sands, Crosby, Hightown, Formby. Yeah, it's not that far at all. Couple of miles maybe. But the statues are Anthony Gormley's Another Place. There's 100 7-foot or something, aren't they? 7-foot iron statues of men, well, of humans. And when the tide is out, they're all stood up and you can see them. When the tide comes in, they're underwater. Since we all originated in Africa, all of us, yeah, no longer there are invasive species. We did. The crucible of life was Ethiopia, wasn't it? As far as we know. The town ending in by, B or by, comes from the Danish, as in, that means town. That comes from the Viking and later Danelaw times. And it's not just the northeast of England and Scotland that does that, because northwest, there's plenty of bees up here as well. Kirby, West Kirby, Irby, Formby, Torquay, Peyton and Brixham, the English Riviera. My dad went down there. Who was he with? Don't know if it was Middlesbrough or Wrexham. But they were playing Torquay and they stayed in the hotel that Fawlty Towers was based on. And the fella who was running it, he went, that's him. That was the fella. He told me his name. So he's a fucking lunatic. Pain in the arse. Cobbles and Sand reminds you of the Moz song. Every Day's Like Sunday. Great tune. Just a pity it turned out to be an absolute tit, isn't it? When you get to New York, what airports? Newark, JFK or LaGuardia? How you doing, Joey? I'd love to fly into JFK. The airport, that is, not the fella, obviously. Torquay's lovely. I had a mate from Southport who ended up going down there to run a pub for someone just for a couple of weeks, I think it was, and stayed there. Loves it, absolutely loves it. Is Wick yours? Who's Wick? Where have you been, Mandy? Where have you been? Not there anymore. What isn't? So we go relaxing. JFK is your least favourite East Coast airport. I can imagine all of the East Coast airports are very, very big and very, very busy. Jukebox is listening again. Here you go, Echo Beach. Which you can change the words to anal bleach and it still works just as well. You're in Cleveland. The place or The fella from Family Guy. The Fawlty Towers Hotel. Yeah, my dad went there in the 70s and just said it was absolute lunacy. Swayed at us about James Dean and filmed in the US. He had that album. Why did he turn into such a dick, Morrissey? Pity, isn't it? How cold is it over there at the moment? You've got the polar vortex, haven't you? It's an absolute bleeding nightmare. Your most popular short was filmed in Windsor. Would that be anywhere near the castle? Middlesbrough, Cleveland, aye. Cleveland. Used to be, didn't it? Has it changed then, has it? When we lived there, it was Middlesbrough, Cleveland. So my sister was born in Cleveland. Our sis, not war. You don't say war, it is our. Echo Beach. Yes, Joey is in Ohio. Between 865 to 954, there was an English Northumbria and a Danish Northumbria. Sure, I did not know that. It was on the castle grounds. Yeah, it always seems to do well, that, doesn't it? Anything where you're near royalty, castles, royalty and stuff like that, people just want to have a good go up at it. I'm not surprised, really. It is pretty cool, like, isn't it? Yeah, don't be out in the cold too much. You're an international man of complacency. I like that. Are you not sure? You say Vega for wick in modern Danish. We're learning loads here, aren't we? We are learning loads. Swear Jesus. Right, well, it is Sunday. We've had Jeff twice, so we're going to have to go and sort out some kippers.
But kippers vindaloo. Can't be good for you.
What has Kippers been up to? What's he found this week? Boxer loses hairpiece in the ring and blames mother's shampoo. US heavyweight Jarrell Miller won his bout at Madison Square Garden but had to suffer the embarrassment of his toupee being dislodged mid-fight. American boxer Jarrell Big Baby Miller won his heavyweight bout in New York by a hair's breadth on Saturday, but lost his wig when the toupee started to come away. The American's hairpiece came loose at the front after taking a flurry of punches from opponent Kingsley Ibe during their clash at MSG. Noticing that it had been dislodged at the end of a round, the 37-year-old smiled and threw it into the crowd. Despite losing the hair, the boxer managed to keep his head and clinch victory by a split decision. Bizarrely, the boxer claimed that his hair had burned off after shampooing with bleach, and he had to get an emergency toupee. What the bloody hell is an emergency toupee? Oh, they sent the wrong bloody one. I put the wrong one on there, that's shit. Oh well. That is his actual name, Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He was missing for 2 years after having failed drug tests time and time again. He shouldn't really be fighting, to be honest with you. Cotton wool is an emergency. Why would you need one, man? Why would you need a toupee? Big, solid, heavyweight boxer, just shave your head. Makes you look twice as tough. Nah. What was it supposed to say? I can't remember that now. I've got it written down somewhere. It's written down somewhere. It's saved somewhere. I can't remember where it is. Shows you how knackered I am. Very silly. Be more aerodynamic. Yeah, you don't really need to be aerodynamic when you're fighting, really, do you? Just Googled, you live in Beowulf's Town. So is that bear? Nolds, wolves, Wick, town. Yeah, he looks stupid with it. His head shaved, he looked normal. But it's men for you, isn't it? It's a sign. It's written somewhere. Yeah, Yaks Wolf Town. That's more like it. What was it? What was it? I can't even think what it was. Bear Nulfs Vic. Mad, isn't it? There's got to be a book somewhere on what British British UK and Ireland town and city names, where did they come from? I reckon that'd be really interesting. That I'd read it. Well, no, I'd probably listen to it, wouldn't I? Audio book it. Ulf means wolf. Does that mean that Ulverston in the Lake District is at Ulverston? Does that mean Town of Wolves, Ulverston? Yakety yak, don't talk back. Some Germanic languages like German has the V make an F sound. Dutch has that as well. Which is why it's not Vincent van Gogh. It's not Van Gogh anyway. And it's not Vincent van Gogh. It is Vincent van Gogh. Yeah, which graphic are we talking about, Esther? Oh, yeah, sorry. Fucking hell, I can't remember these things. Yak attack! Yak attack! I know, I am knackered. As you can tell. I need to get rich, don't I? So I can employ someone just sit there pressing buttons for me. That's what the rich YouTubers have got, haven't they? They've got someone working for them. It's mad, that, isn't it? Genuinely, there's people out there on YouTube just making more than enough money to employ hundreds of people. Mad. Drink. Another Irish red beer. This has been weighted. They're cheating here. They are cheating. This has been big Irish red beer involved in this. The Illuminati. Telling you. Too knackered to yak. I am very yakkered. Absolutely yakkered. Ulverston is Wolf Warriors Settlement. There you go. Thought so. Because Ton does sort of, it's related to the town, isn't it? And if Ulver is Wolfy. What drink did you have? Christine, which one? Wolf is wolf in Nederlands, it is. What drink did you want, Christine? Which drink was it? What have we got? Any. Well, do it in G&T. There you go. It's very, very, very anglais. Lovely stuff. Beer is beer, it is. And beer is beer. So the beer's paws beer would be very, very confusing in Nederland. It's cute. It's another Mandy original for the old gin and tonic. Plus, you seem quite gin and tonic-y. I can imagine you drinking gin and tonic. Your father's name was Uffe and it originates from Old Germanic meaning wolf. Bear is Bjorn. And Normal's both first and last names. Blythe is wolf in Welsh. Whiskey machine. Now it's a gin and tonic. Well, it's short, so I think there's whiskey on there and something else as well. Blythe. I'm trying to work out why. Is that anything? Is it similar in Irish Gaelic as well? And Scottish Gaelic? Blythe, is it similar there as well? Met a Bruno Bjorn once. Blythe is your maiden name. Do your family originate from the northeast? So you still would have been Charlie Bravo 04 no matter what happened? Bar staff out of work. Oh, you still got to have one to press buttons. While he's pressing buttons, you'll still be doing pints. It's only programmed for G&T, it is. Possibly. That means yes, doesn't it? Are you a Blythe spirit? Yep. CB04 Charlie Bravo 04 Charlie Bravo 04. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, my back. My bloody back. Altaid always. Yeah, it was programmed for G&T. What else is there? There is other stuff on there that we haven't used in ages either. Things that have probably only ever been pressed once. The cushion, I'm not sure the cushion had helped, to be honest with you. My back's been sore for a few days. Not sore. No, to the point where it's sore. Just sore. Every now and then when I move, I can feel it. My knees, on the other hand, my knees have been very, very sore. That'll be all the steps, though. Lords at buggers. And this chair has got a lumbar support in it. So if I tried to put a cushion behind it, it'd be twice as bad. Send Jeff packing and you take the massage. There you go, that's a good idea there. That is a good idea. I would do that. So my back's sore. It's a little bit sore. Oh, a coffee. Oh my god, the coffee is adorable. Twinging, it is twinging slightly. Do you know what it is? It's a little bit, it feels warm rather than sore, if you know what I mean. And occasionally I'll move and just start to feel a little bit of slight pain, slight twinge. But when I lie down later on the sofa watching, or on the sofa underneath the bed later on, watching telly, I'll be alright. That's a nice coffee though. Warm like inflamed. I'm not sure if it's completely inflamed or it's just a little bit needs to rest. And I need to find comfortable sleeping positions, which I can't at the moment. Put my vibrating seat thingy on the chair, not a chance. 2 reasons. 1, it'd be too noisy. And 2, yeah, you don't want me looking like that, do you? The coffee sound is loud. I'll have to look into that one. Yes, the vibrating seat thing. I have a seat cover that vibrates. It can be plugged into a cigarette lighter in a car, things like that. And if you've got a bad back, you can just have a sit on it and vibrate for a while. True story. I've also got a heated throw blanket. So suppose I could do that, couldn't I? Have that on and just have a lie down on it. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, truckers and cabbies use those, as they would. If you're spending all day driving, you'll need it. Yeah, but you don't need to see my eyes rolling in my head, do you? Live on a stream. Don't want to look in the chat and just see I'll have what he's having over and over again. Know what I mean? What I've got? Oh, I can't even speak. I do have a vibrating thing for me hand. It's like a little rubber against the hand and the muscles, and it's supposed to help. Outrageous. Very satisfierish. Very satisfierish. Steve-O just woken up, so you say hello and bye. Oh, no worries, mate. Must be knackered. Have a good week at work, mate. For my hand, yes, it is for the hand. It does heat up as well. And it also, you can put it on your shoulder, which I occasionally need. I certainly wouldn't put it anywhere else. Plus, I'm male. Doesn't quite work the same for us, does it? So I've been told. It heats up. It vibrates and it heats up as well. And what you're supposed to do with it is from sort of the top, you work your way down slowly to the end of the fingers. And it's supposed to, get the, what do you call it? I can't even remember what it's called now. It's not the synapses, whatever it is. Neural pathways is what I was looking for. It's supposed to stimulate the neural pathways, in theory, to get the hand moving again. Stay to that. Put your hands on the screen. It's not good, that, is it? That vibration doesn't look good. People think there's something wrong with me. Reaches the parts the other vibrators can't. It certainly does. You spin the top of it round slightly and you can stick it right over your back. It's really good. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Well said, Jeff. Perfect timing. It's quite good though. And occasionally if me calf muscle's been really sore, in theory still in the box. I know I use it quite regularly. It's in fact I'll go and get it. If it's there, that is. Oh. Well, that wasn't good, was it? The light's gone off all over Europe. Now I can't see a thing. Lights have all gone off. You see, the lights don't last long and they're not plugged in, which is the problem. There you go, this is it. And that bit at the top zhuzhes round. So you can get it into your back. There you go. Now it's heating up. See? And now you're supposed to work it. You work it down until you're satisfied. Yeah, but no, but yeah, but no, but. Jukebox listening again. What was it? Oh, Love Action. Avert your eyes. Nothing like that. It does not go up there at all, Casper. Not a chance. And it does heat up as well, it does. Warms the parts of the beers can't reach. Sod Thermos gets sponsored by the Vibrati. Don't even know what it's called. Sponsor me, Vibrator, you bastard. It does look a little bit dodgy, doesn't it? That's plugged in. Why is that not working? That's annoying me, that now. Can I plug him in? Can I plug him in? Does he plug in? Don't think he does. Or maybe he does. Where does he plug in? This is fucking ridiculous, this. I'm gonna blind myself now, watch this. For fuck's sake. No, no. Not having that. Balls to it. Balls to it. Light going on and off. That's the lighthouse. It's supposed to do that. Like a proper lighthouse. Where are we? Should take it to the footy and keep your hands warm. I would not be allowed into football with that. Just saying. It's Blick. It is Blick. I've got other lights again, this has been a test, so I know it only lasts 2 hours. But it's a nice change of pace, isn't it? Nice little change of pace. Hang on. The lighthouse is lovely, it is, isn't it? Another one suggested by the Manfluencer. Very coastal, which, given where we are on the coast, and that is also a ship's light kind of thing, so it's got a shippy vibe to it. In fact, you know what? I don't know if we'll be able to show it now. There you go, how's that? The moon in the background as well. Yeah, will that do? Now some seagull sounds. Very coastal chic. Yeah, foghorns, seagulls. Very good indeed, very good. With fairy lights to form a cookbook nook would look sweet. They are there, but I would need to install them so they look alright. I think it's a good light. Sorry, ship light. It is very full moony tonight. It's cute, I like it. It definitely gives a certain vibe, doesn't it? Plus we could change, that light could be changed as well. Could be different colour, different brightness. Could be very, very bright. Ali, no worries. You have a good week at work. And no running. Tie your shoelaces. Take care. Look after yourself. Don't go changing. Oh. Christine.
It's going up. It's there.
It is there. By the way, any month that starts with a Sunday like this one has a Friday the 13th. Just putting it out there. That's the first one tonight, isn't it? First of many, hopefully. You never know. Let me just put this on charge for later. I suppose I've got candles as well, haven't I? So I could put candles in there. But I quite like that. Bank holiday over there, right? But lie in the morning. Lovely stuff. Mandy has got a while to go yet. Charge it up, rude boy. There you go, how's that? That's now plugged back in, so we're alright. What's up with these bloody things? There you go. Bit close to highlighting your knob with the moon. Oh, I say. I know. No one needs to see me knob in the moonlight, do they? Just saying. How about? I haven't moved this much in my life, have I? How's that? Better? How about now? And now? Better? The knob's gold, by the way. Not real gold. And you're oceans away. You're not just the Irish Sea. It's only that far away. It's a new exercise scheme. It is. Constantly. But if I do need to get up, of course, I can always throw kippers in the seat. You could have a proper kippers stream. Q. Is that short for fuck you? Thank you, Louise. Moonlit jingle jangle. Of course, it's gold. Gold coloured. That works quite well. I quite like that, to be honest. And also, I know you can't really see it because the chat's in the way, but that little bit of a plant sticking up looks like it should be there. Looks a bit Bob Rossish, doesn't it? Like a happy accident, which is what my parents call me. Just like the oval orifice. Not even gold plated, just brass plated, something like that. Painted. It starts with a doorknob and it ends with someone losing an eyeball. Always the same. What goes in Scarborough stays in Scarborough. So we've learned something, haven't we? Lights have to be kept plugged in. That one, for some reason, isn't working. And that was fully charged. And it was plugged in. No. Trump definitely hasn't done that in my room. Vibrating thermos. I saw vibrating thermos support an 8 mile radius in Toronto in 72. Does sound like a punk band, that, doesn't it? Welcome onto the stage, vibrating thermos. That could be the next big thing, that, though, couldn't it? Imagine that. The vibrating thermos. Keeps your tea warm for when you're finished. Filth. Absolute filth. There's a gap in the market for that, though, isn't there? Well, you know what I mean. Those are quite good. And the weirdest part, of course, apart from the ball on the bottom of it, is that my sister bought it for me. She used to work in a nursing home with loads of old people and used to use these quite a lot. Oh, hang on. Right. Can't see that, can you? Now that either says home medics, or how medics. So it's an actual genuine medical thing. It's got a good battery in it. Made in China. Intergenerational vibrator. I saw intergenerational vibrator, yeah. Home Medics, common brand there too. Yeah, as I say, my sister used to work in an old folks home. So there was loads of people in there who'd had stroke. Normally older than I am. I think she must have got the idea. But, well, if it's working for them, it'll work for you. It's very, very niche. Very niche. Desert Island Dicks. Yeah, you definitely don't want to contemplate that one. Yeah, Home Medics. Medics. But when you read it, it just says like how. How me dicks. Might not be right. Might not be right. What are we on now? Mail ones delivered at your front door. Could be that. There's got to be an app for. There's got to be an app for that. There has. If not, there's a gap in the market. Make it so. Right, we're pinned Sam as well now, so click on link, watch, thumbs up, comment, all the other bits and pieces. All the other bits and pieces be fucking out wrecked tonight. Terrible, isn't it? Help me, this does sound very red light district. As you would know it's your own town, man. I just eat mash up with grinder. The mind boggles. Anyway, it is Sunday after all. There's only one more to go, so. The cherry blossom that signals the heart of spring as not far away. So he knows, Horace knows, spring is just round the corner. Very much pinned, very much pinned. Can you get a quarter pounding? Is that with cheese? Scottish Lippy Horace. Again. 8 mile radius 72. That was a sweet one, Horace. Yeah, how do you fractionate that? A quarter pounding. Apart from, was it a pounding? Not half. Maybe that's what it is. Not half. I don't know. There's the thing though, Sam. If the frame of reference is not there, that means you can make your own frame of reference. Or you can make the new standard of what a quarter pounding consists of. Got a tape measure? Hang on, I've got a tape measure. I have actually. There was lots of taping going on in here yesterday. Lots of tape measuring. Oh no, Sam, there's never anything that's too niche. It's never too niche. It's half speed and insertion. Half speed and half insertion. Does that make a quarter? Not half. That's That's George Harrison, isn't it? The Beatles did the Chic of R&B. Into your tent I'll creep, not off. Marillion, yeah. Kaylee. Do you remember? The cherry blossom in the market square. Do you remember? You thought it was confetti in your hair. By the way. Not their best song, and yet the one that sold bajillions. Bizarrely. Another man who was a smidge under 6'2". It's funny, 6'4", huge shoulders, and he used to wear makeup on stage. He said he was walking through New York, big sort of army boots, this stuff, because he'd been on stage, all the makeup had run down his face, like war paint, run down his face, and he's walking off stage onto the streets. So people were getting out my way, seeing this massive lunatic, sweaty, breathing heavily, makeup running down him. Scared the life out of them. You would do that, wouldn't you? Big lad, big lad. It would make quite the maths lesson. This would also make for a very good YouTube maths lesson. People who would not believe the kind of stuff that was going on. Only done by pros, selected through rigorous testing, and it would have to be very rigorous. It was used in Car Share, of course, because the character in Car Share was Kaylee. Kaylee Kitson. What a great show that is. So funny, man. There's definitely a lesson to be learned in this, isn't there? Or a lesson to be written. Maybe there's people who complain about algebra and things like that. It's rubbish. I never used to like it. Never used to like maths at school. Never used it since I've left school at all. If you taught this, more people would be interested. Very heartfelt. Super Dan, how you doing, bud? Think you're done with football for a bit? It's not great, is it? It's not great. Unfortunately. What was the other Bobby Moores? Oh, I didn't see them. Brentford beat Villa. What? You'll be all right, mate. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. You'll go on a run. You'll win loads of games. Arsenal will Arsenal it up again. They always do. Yeah, it's a shame about Jack. I like Jack. He's a good lad, is Jack. So maybe that's it. We've seen the last of Jack in a royal blue shirt. I hope not. It's nice seeing someone play with a smile on the face. But if we do hand him back at the end of this, he'll be getting handed back with his love of football back in place. A smiling and happy Jack Grealish is a good thing for English football. Top fella. Probably knocked 20 million off for us. We'll just about be able to afford it. If he's 25 to 30 million, we might be able to afford him. Just about. And he'd have to take a massive pay cut. Jack Grealish, he's got a stress fracture of his foot, Esther, which means it's going to need surgery, which means he's not going to be ready by the end of the season, so he'll end up going back to City or do we sign him? I've got a feeling he's going to end up back at Villa. Knowing full well that if he does go there, they'll make so much money in shirt sales, they'll be able to pretty much pay for him. We must have done the same, you know. Everywhere you look, so every other person who's wearing an Everton shirt at the stadium has got Grealish on the back. Yeah, he's only on loan. Full season, and to be fair, we've had some goals, some assists, some fantastic performances, and just a genuinely nice lad who's bought into the club and into the whole ethos of what it's like to be an Evertonian. So it's been nice. It's been a nice little fling. Oh, he's definitely a hero. Kids absolutely love him, and he's so down to earth. Always got time for people. Not one of those players where if there's people waiting outside the training ground for autographs, they just drive past in the expensive car. He normally stops and gets out and takes pictures with them and all that. Lovely lad. Hashtag Fußball. Yeah, he's a lovely lad. The kids love him because he's a maverick as well. Don't get many mavericks in the game these days. He's certainly one of those. One of the old archetypal street footballers. Learn the skills on the cobbles like what I did. Served me well, didn't it? Saying I didn't really learn my skills on the cobbles. I learned mine in skill school in Enschede. Flies an F18. His shirt number is 18. I don't know if that's a connection. Now he's a hero to the kids. The kids love him. They all want to be like him. Which, that's what you need. The next generation of players coming through. They need to have someone to look up to. And to have someone who's always got a smile on his face. And has time for people. Isn't that a great role model? I think so. Like Maverick in the movie. Oh. Not my kind of film, that one, I'm afraid. Charlie Bravo 04. My mates in work used to love it. The original Top Gun. It's like a homoerotic recruitment poster, isn't it? That's a great film, mate. What? Any news on the World Cup? It should not be going ahead in the States. Lots of people have sent back tickets and asked for refunds. Teams are now talking about it being dangerous to send their players because they might end up not coming back home. It could be lost. It could be lost to the UK. Could be lost to England. That's what people are saying anyway. Take it off the States, hand it to England and have the World Cup over here. Or just give it to Canada and Mexico. Let them host all the games. Do they have the infrastructure? We know England does. And we've got the stadiums. So. I had a friend in high school that watched Top Gun a lot. Mostly for the volleyball scene. She was a smitten kitten. Yeah. I was pointing it out to my mates as well. So you know what it is, don't you? It is genuinely. It's just a recruitment poster. What do you mean? Well, you're English. Did you want to join the US Air Force? Well, yeah. Just after watching that, yeah. That's what it is. Recruitment. All right. They don't show you the side of it where, I don't know, you possibly get shot down and then taken hostage and all of the stuff that goes with that. No. Just playing volleyball and high fives and that. Show the realism, man. Ice being sent to Italy for the upcoming Winter Olympics. I've got no idea how that's even allowed. Yeah, now the big recruitment is for ice. Anybody can join. Doesn't matter how much of a psychopath you are. You're just all welcome. That's not your cup of tea. Not mine either, I must admit. There's no... Actually, it's strange with ice. The background checks, the kind of stuff that would normally preclude you from joining the police or even being a teacher or something, now is seen as a positive in getting you into ice. Has an arsenal of weapons at home, has anger management issues. Do not recommend letting out into the general populace. You're in. We'll have you. You'll have you. Come on. Personal goon squad. Who's gooning? It's very disturbing, man. Not seeing the South Park episode ice. They've been leftists joining just to see how far they could get and report back. From deep undercover. It's fucking dangerous, man. Something's got to give. As Soulwax once sang, something's got to give. Yeah, every week you're right. Read about ICE agents being arrested for crimes against children and terrible things. Yeah, do you know what? Have a look at the people who are doing the applications. Have a look at the people who are running the government. The crimes against children doesn't appear to be too much of an issue, does it? The closer you get to the top, the more involved they are, and the less they seem to care. That is mad. The world's gone fucked. We need to take it back. Yeah, Don Lemon, another journalist, getting arrested for the stories they're doing. They're just telling the stories. This is what's happening. Right, you are being arrested. What for? Your Epstein files are absolutely vile. They are. There's nothing. Every time you think that's it, that's the lowest you could possibly go. There's no... You've scraped the bottom of the barrel as low as you can get. Then all of a sudden, there's another 40, 50 foot to go. It's horrific. What makes people do that? Why are people like that? They're absolutely minted. All the money in the world. Have what they want. Why? Why, kids? Why? I just don't get it. Bizarre. South Park has educated you, Esther. That's one of the good things about satire. It can help educate people in a way that I suppose reading the news can't do. People just see the news occasionally and just switch off completely. Whereas with satire, because you're laughing about it, you take things in. If done rightly, satire is such a powerful weapon. Also in some of the new files where the guy asked Jeffrey if he can attack the Danish currency, like the pound in the 90s, because we seem a small enough economy. At some point the world is going to turn back. Said this before, you've got the European Union can quite easily cause a lot of trouble when it comes to the States and their economy. Because they owe so much money to the European Union in debt. If it's then getting sold off, that'll drop. If everyone starts trading oil in euros rather than dollars, the US will go pretty much bankrupt overnight. Or there'll be hyperinflation. These things have got to be at least on the table, haven't they? But if that happens, it's not the government who are going to really suffer, is it? Because they've all got the money. The money's offshore. If need be, they can just leave and go and live on an island somewhere. It'll just be the normal, everyday person in the street in the US who's going to suffer from it. It's horrible, isn't it? Knobheads making policies that won't affect them but will affect everyone else. Bastard. The app with Charlie Kirk was back on as well. They are untouchable because they make the system, don't they? They make all the rules and what have you. But the States as a country, as an economy, is not untouchable. And it's nowhere near as strong as people think it is. There's been loads of stuff recently comparing US corporations, US companies to European or rest of the world corporations. And they're all about $1 trillion companies in the States versus 200 million or $200 billion corporations in Europe. It's like, because that's how much they're worth. These are not worth $1 trillion, they're just overinflated. And eventually at some point, like happened in 2008, when people start reckoning the numbers up, it will explode completely, or implode even. And people are going to end up, or they should end up in jail, but they won't. Just ridiculous, isn't it? US, one of the most indebted nations on the planet. You'd think the people in charge would think, oh, maybe we'll put a little bit of pressure on people, but not too much. Too much pressure, too much acting like an idiot, and they might bite back, at which point that's when you end up with all the trouble. But then the tangerine twat in charge doesn't seem to care, does he? Nor do his little cabal of vileness around him, or all the people with the baseball caps who voted for him. Like I say, it's just going to be the average person in the street who's going to suffer. Yeah, the offshore accounts, Bitcoin, we're seeing amounts of property and business. But again, the likes of Tesla is overvalued, hyperinflated how much that company is worth. Same with Musk. Musk is overinflated how much he's worth. Leverage Tesla over and over and over again to the point where at some point it will collapse and everything will collapse with it. Yeah, you can't go and seize a factory and just be over and done. You can't. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man. What was the European bazooka thing? We have on the table in Europe an option to financially hit the States, sell off. We own treasury bonds, don't we? Because they're so heavily in debt. If you start selling them off, it reduces the value, and then it becomes more and more impossible for the states to pay off any debts. So it reduces their economy very, very quickly. And it's always been there, but of course nobody has ever thought about pulling the trigger on it. You don't want to do that to one of your allies, but apparently now allies mean nothing, so it's back on the table again. But it's the selling off of treasury bonds and their debt. Once they're sold off, they're in trouble. Je bent Nederlands? Ja, dat weet ik wel. The scum of the earth won't invite you in. That's pretty bad. A lot of countries have sold billions of treasury bonds in the last month or two. It is just little piecemeal, selling bits off. If they all do it at once, the US economy tanks. No, it's not a tariff thing, although tariffs can get used as part of it as well, Louise. It's a set of things that go in place to punish the states. So some tariffs would be part of it, but it's the selling off of the treasury bonds that will cause most of the trouble. And like I say, if they did that, if they then started selling oil or trading oil in euros rather than dollars, the US will be bankrupt. There'd be a run on the dollar as everyone sends it back. People would be selling the dollar all around the world. The value would drop. All the dollars would then make their way back to the central bank, or the central reserve, whatever it is in the States. And people would have to buy a loaf of bread by using a wheelbarrow full of notes like they used to in Zimbabwe and places like that. Hyperinflation. You can't run an army when you've got hyperinflation. Doesn't work. So it takes away the military side of things as well. But of course the people in charge in the States know this, don't they? And it'll be them that suffer, won't they? No. Average person in the street will suffer. People will lose houses. People will lose jobs. People will lose their lives. It's ridiculous. And yet, they keep voting for it. That's why all the Trumps like gold and Bitcoin. Gold, yes. Gold is not subject to the same kind of whims as finance, as monies around the world. They can go up and down all the time, can't they? Gold is really, it's solid, literally solid. Never drops in value by too much, never goes up by too much. It's not at the whims of the markets, really. Bitcoin, all of that is a pretty much, it's like a Ponzi scheme, isn't it, Bitcoin? X amount goes in, so many people take theirs out, and then there's nothing left for anyone else. Rug pulls all over the place. All the fascists went to Paraguay. All over South America. Yeah, they will vote against their own interests as long as they can get off on seeing other people punished more. It's the same over here. We do the same thing. Gold and silver took the biggest hit in value a few days ago. But it's physical as well, gold. You can move it round. You can actually hold it. Money is just numbers. You can set fire to money. You can't set fire to gold. It's more of a long-term, solid thing. You can trade it. You can physically hand over gold. That's why a lot of the crooks like it as well. Make sure you've got some actual physical gold. But as the world's gone mad. The world has gone mad. And it's the poor that get the blame. And it's the poor that face the consequences. Every single time. Bastards. Join a union. Find out what's going on in the world. Fight back. Vote with your body. Start the revolution. There you go. It's just the elite expose the rest of the world, as is always. The elite will always get away with it. They make things work in their favour. They make the rules, don't they? They get away with it. When the Panama Papers came out, and the Paradise Papers and all that, and we've seen all these people around the world just refusing to pay tax, you would have thought in any kind of normal system they would end up getting punished. No. We ended up voting for them instead. World's gone mad. It's completely rigged. But the game doesn't work without the lowest rung of society, without either the working class or the class below it, the precariat. You need them. We seen what happened when we had lockdown. When people started getting designated as essential workers. The essential workers tended to be civil servants, doctors, nurses, people who work in supermarkets. All of them were essential workers. Not the people who will tell you they are essential. Bizarre, isn't it? couldn't survive without us doing our job on a daily basis. I didn't get time off. I had to work every day. I was an essential worker. Without the likes of me, money doesn't come into the country or go out of the country. Things don't move. Tesco workers, they were essential. You needed them to make sure that the supermarkets were fully stocked, cleaned. It's not. Elon Musk is not an essential worker when it comes to stuff like that. That should have been the thing. Everyone should have looked at that and went, right, so we're the essentials. So why are we holding these people in such high regard? Why? No. Just went back to tugging the forelock, so to speak. As a state employee, especially with students to care for, you were also essential. Absolutely. It's the people who are doing the day-to-day job of making the country work. It's not. Fucking Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. It's not people who are... Even the government, half the government weren't working because they didn't need to be. You know what I mean? The poor RAs were more overworked than ever. Absolutely. Louise got furloughed. Twice. Filth. Utter filth. Yeah, but you could see the people that were necessary. Well, yeah, the furlough scheme. Who organised the furlough scheme? Who made sure people got the money? It was where I work. That's who. And we were still getting slagged off. It's like, well, none of us have had any time off. We all had to work all the way through it. But we're now getting told there's too many people in the civil service. It's funny you took on tens of thousands when it was obvious that we needed more people. Now you think you can get away with it by cutting the budget. What happens if something else happens now? You have to go back out and get people, won't you? Resident assistance, in case it's not a phrase over here. I was wondering what that was, but I knew it was assistance of some kind. If a millionaire goes on a month's holiday, the world doesn't stop. Not so much with essential workers, absolutely. Fairy, who's fairy? Fair enough. Yeah, it's genuine, that as well. It's the same thing with billionaires saying that they are wealth creators. They're not wealth creators, apart from to themselves. It never trickles down. It's ridiculous. P-break. Oh, hang on, P-break. 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 Lots of us also did training so we could work. Call centre shifts for questions. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. We ended up taking a lot of calls for people. Wealth accumulators is what it is. Trickle-down economics was proven not to work. And yet we keep on believing that wealth creators will signal the start of this money fly. It doesn't fly, it doesn't trickle down. It absolutely cascades upwards. Which is why during COVID, during lockdown, with all the work that was done, we doubled the amount of billionaires. And in our country, in the UK, the top 1% doubled their income during lockdown. How the fucking hell is that supposed to work? Wealth hoarders, they'll never be able to use it no matter how hard they try. And yet, if you live to be 1 million, probably some of them would never be able to spend their money. And yet they keep on wanting to make more and more. Why? At what point is it enough? At what point do you change from being someone who's trying to make enough money to look after your family to being evil, trying to make enough money to buy a volcano lair like fucking Hank Scorpio or something? Ridiculous. Another channel you found recently where she shows completely ridiculous products with designer labels. Michelle Moan, I fucking hate her. It's horrible, isn't it? All of it. Horrible. Just, no. Why can't we have just a little bit of a more fair society? Just a little bit more of one. There should be no such thing as billionaires, but if there has to be, at least have billionaires who pay some bloody tax and who look after the people who make the money for them. Or like frisbees and basketball. Right, so absolute rubbish that's not needed but just got a label on it. Some of the richest there are heirs to Lego and the Jizk. Lego must be huge. It's massive around the world, isn't it? Plus everything costs a fortune. They aren't dollar billionaires, but krona billionaires. I reckon they'll also be dollar billionaires in terms of assets. Most billionaires will be cash poor rather than cash rich, but they'll have loads of stock and things. So on paper they'll be very, very rich. That's why lots she finds on resale sites, and the prices for junk is still eye-watering. People will buy anything as long as it's got a label on it. And if it's the one label that you like, you will jump through hoops of fire to own it. A literal gold toothbrush was in the toothbrush. What the fuck? It's something like that. Someone should be able to come in and say, right, that's it, that's enough. That is enough. You've now got too much money. If you're buying gold toothbrushes, you have too much money. We'll now start taking it away from you until you gain some fucking sense. Wales gone mad. How did he get like that as well? I would like to think if I won a shit amount of money on the Euro Millions, £150 million, it would not change me, or not much at least. I'd still be the same kind of person, rather than just suddenly I want a gold toothbrush kind of knob, you know what I mean? It's a ridiculous amount of cash. It's listed as about 3.5 billion krona each pair of the three Lego heirs, and that's a wealth of $500 million each. Ah, right. Well, it's over $1 billion between them. The lotteries aren't even in these folks' categories. You've got to do something spectacular, or you've then got to start bribing the governments to give you contracts. Seems to be how a lot of people get big money, isn't it? Get governments involved, buying your stuff. Yeah, the 1%. It's just, you can't even. It's like talking earlier on about what's the biggest star. You can't get your head around how big these stars are. It's the same with the money. He's rich. He's rich. I know what that is. I know what that rich is. I know what that rich is. I don't quite know what this rich is, and I certainly don't know what a billionaire. What is it? How can you get your head around that? The world has gone mad. Mad, I tell you. When I am the intergalactic emperor of the universe, and it will happen at some point, things will change. Things will change. And Elon Musk, you want to go to Mars? Fine, we're going to fling you at Mars now. Enjoy the ride. Yeah, the distance between the stars. Again, you can't get your head around it. It's ridiculous. I am being backed completely on this. If I do become the emperor, intergalactic emperor of the universe and other places, Jeff will be on the council, by the way, so there will be some eye candy. Not just me. It's going to happen, isn't it? It's going to happen at some point. I deserve it. I've worked hard to become that. Billionaires. Are they having a phone party with the Pope? All those sharp angles. Yeah, absolutely. He is covered in them. When I say covered, I mean I'm led to believe. The Pope corresponded with Epstein as well. It's ridiculous. Is there only a handful of us that didn't get involved with him? Feels that way at times, doesn't it? There's always someone else, someone new. Called him Dear Jeffrey. Fuck's sake. Terrific, isn't it? Tentacles all around the world. Disgusting. John Paul II, the goalkeeper. The Polish goalie. The Polie. Mind you, when you think about it, Catholic priests, children. It's a good fit, isn't it, for Epstein? It's one coin, the other side each. Makes perfect sense. Terrific. Dukey and devil inside. It's working well tonight, isn't it? Jesus, man. Proper psychic Dukey. I'm scared what's going to come next. I'm scared. What's it going to be next? I'm scared. Hold me. Can't wait to see the movie in 15 years' time. It'll be cray. Big donors get access to all kinds of people. That's why they do it. Yeah. Means nothing. If you've got all that money, you can afford to do it, can't you? And it gets you where you want to be. Right in the middle of it. Filth. Utter filth. There's got to be a revolution. Come on, we can do this. Yeah, it is buying access to whoever and whatever they want. Without being remotely worried about the consequences. Isn't it horrific? Scaladarity la. Where's your song, Esther? Which one? What's your song? Apart from the Elton John one. Because you can tell everybody this is your song. That's a lie as well. Fuck off, Elton. I don't trust Elton John. He shook my dad's hand when he was naked. True story. My dad was naked, not Elton, obviously. True story. True story. When Elton was chairman of Watford Football Club, my dad was playing for Middlesbrough. They played against each other. It was before Elton John was gay, by the way. Back when he kept it quiet. He used to go into the dressing room to say the players afterwards, after the game, go around, shake hands, sign a few records and stuff like that. And of course, footballers in the locker room were all just tackle out. Shook my father's wildebeest. And my dad was a very wild beast back then. Yeah, crazy. Then years later he found out he was gay, and I think he must have just thought to themselves, and so what? Exactly, means nothing. Means nothing. But it's an interesting story, isn't it, at least? It's an icebreaker when you meet someone. If you're in a lift with someone. I came through with the John Lennon bit, didn't? Which? Oh, no more fucks to give. Imagine that. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. My dad's got some amazing stories over the years. With lots of weird shit like that. A lot of which cannot be repeated. Or even like the funny things. In 1980 they went to Tokyo to play in the Kirin World Cup. And that was when he flew from UK over to Anchorage. That's where he saw the polar bear, stuffed polar bear in Anchorage Airport. And then flew from there to Tokyo. And then they were at a dinner or a reception or something. And someone shouted, Ash, Ash, do you want a beer, Ash? And my dad went, yeah, go ahead. And this fella next to him went, I think he's talking to me. Is your name Ashcroft? And my dad went, yeah. I said, you from Liverpool? Yeah. So you haven't got an auntie called whatever her name was? She went, yeah, I have. So I think we're cousins. So we flew all the way around the world in the space of like 2 or 3 days, bumping into people. Bumped into one of his cousins, who was an interpreter, Japanese interpreter, bizarrely. Yeah, oh, some mad stuff, man. Mad stuff. And that was 1980. That was before people used to go to Japan. Nowadays, everyone goes, but back then, you'd only go if you had to. People didn't just go there to go and like visit and see how beautiful it is. You had to be going there on business. But everywhere you go in the world, there's an Ashcroft. Always. Always. That's just the way it is. Some things never change. Oh, man. Ah, Jesus. A smaller segment of humanity travel by air, they did. And it was just before people started having like regular holidays to Spain from the UK. So it was even before all that, really. People were still sort of just dipping their toes in world travel. Lula Bellatini, thank you. Right, before you go, don't be going yet though. When the screen is clean, you know what that means. Come on, dancing shoes. I want to see dancing shoes. I want to see you boogieing. Shake your money makers, go on, get on dance floor.
Another great night here at the Paris Pause. Folks, go give yourself a round of applause. We've had a good chat, told the odd joke. Now get in the hot tub for a post-stream soak.
And that's that.